You listen to the Midwest's
Thanks,
Most
John.
Dangerous Podcast, LOCPod, Season 18, Episode 22, is it?
Boy, yes, 22.
22, coming
One
to you
left.
live from the NECA IBEW Parent Indiana Lake County Studios.
And we're showing it.
Yes.
We're showing it that we're one left.
I was telling John when we got here, I'm limping into the finish line.
That makes, I think, 3 of us.
Yeah.
But we're gonna still bring it.
Yeah.
You know, we got things to talk about. There's all kinds of stuff going on.
Straight talk with Corinne today.
She episode 2 of her last. She started last time on episode 21, and we talked all about
serial killers.
So this is going to be a episode 2.
Nice.
Of why we don't have as many serial killers now. It was murder, I think is what she said.
That's a good thing, I think.
Yeah, I think it's good that we don't have as many serial killers. It's harder too with DNA.
You guys got back from a FIFA road trip. We're going to talk about that.
Yes.
We got straight talk with Corinne. We talked about that. We got second segment. We're going to cover the Merrillville. I don't know if you've been covering this, John. I mean, we've been covering it on LOCPod, but the Merrillville leadership is going back.
They're folding their tents,
They're
man.
folding against Todd Rikita. We're going to talk about that. It makes me want to vomit.
I agree.
Merrillville leaders. What the hell? So we'll talk about that in our third segment. It's like I don't get that, but we'll talk about that after.
And R.I.P. Lindsey Graham.
All that.
Dead. Mm-hmm. And Festival Lake Preview. That's your show.
All kinds of good stuff.
Yeah.
And a bison attack even.
It's going to be a wild show.
It's going to be a crazy show. So stay tuned.
Strap it on.
Whoa. There's the title. One thing that happened over the weekend that was fun, kind of kicks off the festival, is the 5K. It's the Kathy Pasalic Memorial / Roadie Run 5K, and Tom always runs it. He challenges his employees to beat him. If you're under a certain age, you got to beat him by a couple minutes. If you're of a certain age, you just have to beat him. And Tom, I think, always brings it. I think you always try to get your best time.
Oh, you know what's funny, dude? Like each time I have a run around the same time, and it's like the fastest I run all year. I did it 29.
Not bad for a 57-year-old guy that does triathlons. I was
freaking flying, man.
Yep.
For me,
what was your plan?
I always on that one. I try to get in their head because they have to beat me. Some of them have to beat me by 2-3 minutes.
Yeah.
So if I'm sprinting with them after the first mile, it's demoralizing for them. I mean, I could see it on their face. They're like fuck.
The mayor's right here.
I got to beat this dude by 3 minutes, and he's right here. So my first mile, I always go hard, and then I just hold on and just try not to have a heart attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I did that. I was in the 8s in my first mile, which is super fucking fast for me. And then I pulled back to like 10-minute miles for the rest of the race, and I did. I mean, I was super happy with my time.
I think breaking 30 is great.
I'm not fast. I'm not a fast person. I'm 220 pounds, you know. And so that for me that's a real good time.
Nice photo here. What do we got?
Yeah,
Amy. She's a LOCPodder, so I put her on.
Councilwoman Amy Blaker.
Councilwoman from Lake Station. She's pretty
Winfield.
much a. What did I say?
Lake Station.
Oh my God, I'm sorry, Amy. Yeah, Winfield. She's the first Democrat elected in Winfield's history. She listens to every LOCPod episode. So
and a big runner.
She's a she's a marathoner.
You want to hear something funny? When she
was in front of me.
When she checked in. She refused to take an odd number. She said, I run faster with even numbers. So there you go.
Sounds like something Amy would say.
She was cruising.
Right?
Oh, the John Amy.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot, John.
That's right.
You and Amy have a little bit of a tiff going on.
A little bit. Yeah.
Well, she was on the show and she said something about you. It was.
Well, it's just like, whenever I see her, she'll like make fun of my shoes, or she talks about how I order my steak. It's like, it's always something with her.
Well, dude. Oh,
what?
Yeah.
What?
She's legit on that, though.
Oh, here we go.
We were at table 1 at French Lick. All right. Amy took us all out, and table 1 is like the freaking table in this restaurant, right? And it was back. Were you with us on that?
Probably.
I was
like
there.
we were in the back, like in the kitchen.
Yes.
And the chef was coming out, and he's serving each course to us. And he's explaining how he made it, and then it was steak, and John ordered it well done. Right.
Yeah,
that's why she was messing with you. You ordered well done. And everybody, the chef spit on the ground when John said it. He's like, "Well done."
Then John asked for ketchup with his steak. No, he didn't. He didn't do that.
That's how I like my steak, man.
That's all right, man.
Yeah,
we're trying to open John's mind to food.
But Amy's,
we're getting there.
She's a LOCPodder, and that's her. And I forgot her work
friend's name.
Yeah,
from work. Yeah, that guy who works for
cool guy.
Miller, yeah,
he was telling me I'm not a runner.
Check out that shirt.
Yeah, Hammond Bear shirt. But he was like, "Yeah, I'm not a runner. I don't even know if I'm going to finish this thing." He finished in front of me.
Wait, who is that on the?
He
I
works.
forgot his name.
He works with Amy at Lock,
they're like
Dude, I
coworkers.
thought that was Kim's brother.
Oh, Benji. No.
Ben?
Yeah, I honestly thought that was him.
It does look like Ben.
It does.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben's got his mustache though.
He ran.
Oh, that's
Ben
right.
ran
yeah.
too. Ben beat me also.
Did he?
Everybody beats me.
Well,
Because Ben's like 25 or
Yeah.
no, he's like 30 something.
he's a
but
cop. Is he really? Oh
Yeah.
my God, Ben's
Yeah.
getting old.
I know.
How'd that
Like
happen?
we knew him when he was a baby.
How'd that? I know.
And now
How'd
he's
that
beating
happen?
me at the festival with a handicap.
Wow.
No, I mean his handicap meaning. I'm not like trying to defame Ben.
Right.
No, exactly.
Ben beat me using the handicap
System.
I don't think he
The
even
handicap
needed the
system we have
handicap.
in
I don't even
place.
think he needed the handicap system. He
Well,
beat me straight up.
Well, he's got to beat you by a couple
I bet
minutes.
Officer Daniel is going to be really happy when he realizes we're doing a whole segment on him today.
Yeah.
So,
About his running.
yeah, about his running.
well, by the
but
way,
that
we-
guy does look like Ben a little bit.
We didn't talk about the prize. If they do beat you, either
get a
way,
day off.
they get a day off. So there's
So-
a lot of employees working.
Yeah, so you'll see the cops and the firefighters.
There had to be
especially.
25 fighter.
Those are
fighters
the
there.
guys that beat me. They're all in great shape, and they're
Yeah.
all in their 20s and 30s.
We want them to be in good shape.
Yeah.
You know, you want your firefighters and your police officers to be in good shape.
So it's not a matter of do I beat everybody? Of course not. Okay, we have 1,000 employees. I'm going to lose to. It's how many people do I lose to, and we measure it each year. I didn't get the report from Megan.
I don't think we've had it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What the hell,
Raquel's
Megan?
probably getting it
What the hell,
together.
Megan?
I mean, she happens to be like 36 months pregnant, or
Yeah,
36
she's-
weeks. Sorry,
Yeah,
pregnant,
she's like
yeah.
10 and a half months pregnant right now. It's like, Megan, where's my report?
Not a good request.
I bet you Megan's real happy we're talking about her on LOCPod too.
We're excited for her
Mm-hmm.
having that baby soon.
Yeah.
What, John?
It's true. We're just pulling names out of hats and just talking
About
They're
what
like,
their situations
Megan,
are.
Mayor was talking about you on LOCPod.
like, what the hell, man? Still getting ready for work.
Speaking of
love
LOCPod was in the news.
By the way,
Yeah.
Eric Hong reports. Eric Hong is the top reporter at ABC7. He's
Really?
the guy that's on first every time. So they're like, as soon as like 10:01, they're like, Eric Hong on the scene. And like, and that's the one that covered us.
Eric Hong on the scene.
Dude. Like, Eric Hong is the top dude at ABC7.
Like the new
And
Fahey
Eric
Flynn.
Hong is covering LOCPod.
Wow.
That is the shit, man. Look at
Is it?
We made it. We made it.
That or local news is really tanked.
Well, we made it. I prefer to look at it that way. Yeah.
Glass half full.
Yeah.
All right.
Glass is half full, Kevin.
You want to see what he had to say?
Okay.
Let's see what
Yeah,
Eric
we
Hong
were-
had
so
to
this
say.
is like
Wait,
the
did he
top-
rip LOCPod or did
This is the top story on ABC7 News. Keep in mind.
All
Okay?
right. All right.
Regarding Pierogi Fest comes days after the city of Hammond dropped BP as a sponsor for next week's Festival of the Lakes. Hammond's mayor talking about that decision on his Left of Center podcast.
That's right. Personally, I didn't realize we took the money. That's
right.
We did, apparently. And I was like, Scott, when I heard about it on Sunday, I'm like, dude, you got to refund that immediately.
The
Great
union
quote.
says it's been
Dude, you have to
Dude.
return. Dude, you have to return that immediately.
They're really wanting to
Said
put you
the
in a good
mayor.
light. Yeah, exactly.
Said the mayor.
Eric Hong.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Eric Hong.
In a moment of clarity, Mayor McDermott said,
Dude.
dude, you got to return that money, dude. What the hell?
You said, I didn't know he took the money, but apparently we did.
Dude, you took the money?
What are we doing here? Like, how is this?
What great-
on
This
is news.
ABC?
Thank you, Eric Hong.
Like, hey, man, this is your
Hey,
preferred
dude.
news source.
We've made it.
Dude. Thank you, Eric Hong, for covering LOCPod. We
Yes.
appreciate you.
That
What
was
a
awesome.
world, man. What
I
a
know.
world.
Here we are.
Little did you know, John, 500 episodes ago, that we'd be covered by Eric Hong
7.
and Channel 7 News.
Dude,
right off the bat.
Return the money.
Dude, return the money. I'm like Spicoli. I'm Spicoli of the mayors. Who ordered a pizza in here? That's me, dude.
Speaking of pizza, I love. How did you transition like that?
I was Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yeah,
it
I
was
mean, like-
honestly that was my anthem when I was a kid.
That was phenomenal. Now
you.
let's talk about pizza. This
Barton's,
is very exciting.
Barton's is the new sponsor for
Next
What?
season 19.
yeah
Is it happening?
Barton's Pizza.
It's happening.
Throw this up.
Dude, Barton's Pizza is the new sponsor for LOCPod.
Welcome to Barton's Pizza, the
Yes.
newest sponsor of LOCPod.
We order pizza from there 3 times a week, probably. They know exactly what to order. The McDermott family orders, and literally, if I call up and they answer and they don't know it's me, and then I'm like pepperoni, pineapple, and peppercini, and they're like, "Oh, it's
Hey,
the
Mayor.
It's the mayor special."
Yeah, we've been going there literally for 25
But your order?
years. Our
What's your
order is so we usually get Jana likes tomato and mushroom. That's her order. I get pepperoni and mushroom, or sometimes I get green pepper, onion, mushroom.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
Lot of
my go-to.
mushrooms.
I love their pizza.
I can't handle mushrooms, man.
Yeah, I like mushrooms on the pizza.
Yeah.
You know, Jana worked at a pizza place for years in like high school, in college, or not years, but whatever during that time. And she said the most popular order was pepperoni mushroom. Of all the pizzas.
I would skip that pizza.
I'm just saying.
You guys side with Amy Blaker in your criticism of how I order my steak, yet you order pineapple on your pizza.
Yeah.
You don't
that's
have a
right. My
leg
family
to
does.
stand on.
My family does.
Okay?
My family does.
Yeah,
And
I've
by the
said
way,
my piece.
you cannot compare pizza to like a prime piece of steak.
Hey, don't start.
Barton's
hey,
Pizza,
hey,
you
if
guys.
I told Barton to burn the shit out of my pizza, I'm like, hey, take my pizza that you normally make and then scald it and then give it to me.
make sure that
Oh,
toppings
wow.
are
They'd be
black.
like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, you're ruining our pizza, right?
Oh,
and I'm like,
wow.
no, I prefer my pizza burned to a crisp, right?
And now Huddleston's in chat
Thank
saying,
you, Josh.
saying pineapple's good.
Thank you, Mayor. See,
the
it's a
mayor's
mayor
They're
thing.
sticking together.
The
just
mayor's
like
sticking
that.
Thank you,
together.
Josh.
We
That's
we
right.
know how this goes.
We got to get him back
By
on
the
show.
way, how exciting is Barton's? I mean, I am pumped that they're going to
That's
be one of our
awesome,
sponsors.
Thank you, Barton.
Thank you, Barton's. Thank you.
Appreciate
Good job,
you.
Steve.
Well, yeah, that's a
Whatever
good,
you
that's a
did.
good snag. Good snag, Barton. By the way, they listen a lot, which is really cool.
I love it.
Yeah. So I walked in, and one of the workers was in there. I wasn't talking to the boss or anything. I walk in, and I don't assume people know me. So I just stand there like a member of the public, and he's like, "Hey, I was listening to LOCPod the other day." I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "You guys are sponsoring us. That's awesome." And so it's like generally known in the Barton's industry.
Yes. I
But-
walked in. I noticed that they are very friendly to the LOCPod crew. So
Everyone
thank
order
you,
a Barton's pizza tonight.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
We should
Please,
probably mention their phone number, but
Oh, I think
I would have to have it memorized.
the good thing for us is I believe I have it in my contacts.
I imagine
You do not.
I think I do.
I do too.
It is
I have Barton.
932-1300.
932-1300. Order your Barton's.
932-1300.
Sponsor of season 19. So hey, thank you, Barton's. By the way, did you guys buy tickets?
Yes.
like
do
we
you know how
left-
many people?
We left last episode, and you guys were like, "Oh, I don't know, it's pretty expensive. We're gonna drive down there, and we're gonna stand in the parking lot like dildos, right?"
Wow.
So did you
Do you
guys?
know how many people after the podcast texted me? I was like, that was a joke, right? Like
Right.
we were and I was like, no, actually, Tom's kind of guilting us into now. We got to
Thank
look
you.
for him.
So you spent a couple grand because of me.
By
Thank you.
Friday afternoon, John and I met at lunch on Friday, and we
made
got
it
a
happen.
serious deal. Like we got a really good deal on tickets in the 100 section. They
What?
were like $800 less than they were even on. We kept checking up to the game time.
Yeah.
We
in the
got-
100 section.
Yeah,
Yeah,
106.
'cause-
It was crazy.
Were
We
you
just
on the
got so
sideline, or
lucky.
were you
We
in
were
the
right
end
at the
zone?
corner zone. Right at the corner where Messi kicked the corner kick for the first goal.
Oh no way.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we did get tickets. We did drive 16 hours in 30 hours. So
With
we were
Juan.
with Juan Soto.
Who drove? Kevin.
Kevin Mosley.
Kevin drove his.
Kevin,
car?
I drove my car down.
Did
I
you
drove
let
the
anybody
whole-
else drive?
Yeah, John drove on the way back.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That is
Wouldn't
a
let
big
Juan
move.
drive.
That is
Yeah.
a big move.
No, Juan wasn't driving. He didn't feel like driving. But John drove on the way back. Yeah, he drove about the last 5
I've
hours.
never driven Kevin's car, John.
Yes, that's not true.
When did I drive your car?
You've driven it back from Indy.
Once
Yeah,
in
for
the
sure.
You must have been in bad
Well,
shape.
generally, by the way, if I'm driving you, you're
You
like,
always-
"Hey, man, you don't mind if I go to sleep, right?" I'm like, "No, man."
That's how much I trust you.
Well, I know, and you're like doing
Yeah,
emails
It's a sign
and
of love,
calls,
Kevin.
and
Like if a dog goes to sleep on your lap, it means the dog loves you.
I don't mind.
Right?
Yeah,
I love you, Kevin.
Thank you.
That's what it is.
Thank you. I don't
Thank
mind if you hang out and sleep in my car. But anyway, we did get tickets. John, show these tickets. Oh, here, you want to show this one first?
Yeah, let's show
Okay.
the tickets.
This is crazy. This is the first time I've seen a ticket
Never seen a
this
ticket like
complicated.
this. Yeah.
Watch what moves on this.
Look at this ticket. The year is 2026. Everything's moving because of counterfeit fraud stuff. Yeah. Wow. That's
Yeah,
It's a
dude.
real ticket, though.
Yeah, so you
That's
can't
a-
snap it, right?
Right.
Right.
If you take a screenshot of it,
Yeah.
it comes up black.
Where was I recently? There was a ticket like that. The United Center has been going to tickets like that. You
So-
can't even put them in your wallet anymore.
Correct. Well, this
Right.
you could, but it was
I
like
could not.
as soon as you used it, it said this ticket has been used, and you can't transfer it. Nothing. So like the QR code had a like movement around it,
Uh-huh.
and then like at the bottom there were just random numbers rolling along the bottom at all times. And if you tried to take a screenshot, it just was a black screen.
And they didn't even activate the tickets until like 2 hours before.
Yeah, they weren't. The game was at 8. They activated them at 5.
That's crazy. Yeah,
There's clearly a lot of fraud or something.
Yeah, especially with World Cup tickets, right? And they're trying to prevent people from buying shitty tickets too. Like, not only from using tickets to get into the game, but they're trying to protect people in the public from buying bad tickets too.
That's right.
Yeah.
So when we get there, we got into it was a little bit rough getting into the parking lot, mostly due to my anxiety, but we were able to get in. It took like an hour. I was just
Tom.
Okay,
don't even go there. Dude. I know this story before you tell me.
Number one, John, admit that the signage was horrendous. Okay, and
bad.
So we're in this line, literally so John and I had different routes there, and we took John's route. I was like, cool, that's fine. We'll go that way. And I'm glad we did, by the way. It was the right way to go. But when you get to this exit, it says literally gate 2, permit only, checkpoint ahead. And I'm like, what? I'm like, we're gonna get turned around. We're gonna.
It did also say prepaid tickets.
Not until we got off the exit, though, John. Okay. And then we got over there, and I kind of stalled in one area, and John was like, "What are you doing? Just let's go." And then we got to this other area, and the guy was like, "Just go down there; they'll figure it out." And luckily, it was fine. We got in there; it all worked out. Yeah. We got parked, and then this is just to show you how much of an Argentina crowd it was. They played Switzerland. Yeah. Here was just us walking into the security. Dude. What do you see in this photo?
Not one red shirt.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So it was probably 95% Argentine crowd, or Argentine crowd.
Yeah.
Okay, and then here, it was really hot out. These were some of our neighbors.
So freaking hot.
John, you want to describe what's going on here?
It was so hot. And I brought this misting fan. Because I was like, I don't know, I might need it, I might not, but let's have it. And it turned into a big hit in our section. Everyone was coming up to us. What is that? Where do I order one? This was a couple Argentina fans, obviously, Messi fans.
Damn, man.
Came up to us. And
hello.
And actually, this girl right here in the back next to us, I felt so bad for her. She asked this woman next to us for one of those manual fans.
This woman was a bitch.
Yeah. And the woman goes, "No, I'm using my extra one to block the sun." Right. And this girl's like pouring sweat. Yeah. So I just gave her my fan. She was so happy. They
want to know where you ordered it, how you ordered it.
Good
so
stuff.
John was really nice to do that. Here's, by the way, if you thought we had OK tickets, which were right here, John, you want to show that photo of us after the game?
Yes.
So this is post-game photo. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. That's me, Juan, and John. John might have been hot. Man, that's a hot outfit, John.
I know, bro.
It's like black in the sun.
Black Oasis
yeah,
shirt.
It's like, damn,
with black
man.
pants and a black hat.
But this was after. That's the corner we were in. But then here's Juan. So Juan sends us this picture.
Okay.
And by the way, Juan didn't wait to buy tickets. By the time we had bought him, he had bought them like a day earlier. And you were like, that's smart.
Juan was right near us, just in a much better environment. This guy got, I don't know how he got this. This was Juan's
seating arrangement.
What the fuck? Oh my god.
He was in an air-conditioned suite.
We were down there to the right. I mean, we had good
funny,
seats.
Dude. That is funny.
And we're like, okay, Juan.
And he was like, it was like him and like just this family
from Buenos Aires.
This rich Argentine family. He was just hanging out the whole game, looking down on us. By the way, that we're
right there
here,
where that guy's standing.
Right. That's hilarious.
So let me actually show you that moment.
Oh, this is unbelievable. So John took this photo of the first goal. Here's Messi walking over to our corner. Pretty
Messi,
cool.
Yeah. Let's play this out.
Good video you have, John. It was amazing watching Messi on the pitch, by the way. It's crazy.
Everyone's got their phones out.
Yeah, man. That's so crazy.
This was the first goal.
Yeah, first
place
goal.
went nuts. Let me fast forward a little
bit. That was cool. Yeah, 95%. That was cool to watch. That was really cool to see.
I zoom in on Juan here.
Yeah, I think Juan was rooting for Switzerland.
Look at Juan.
I was like, way to go, Juan. Like, come on, man.
He's just chilling.
Yeah.
That's funny, dude.
Like, dude, come on.
Juan's the only person in the whole stadium not cheering.
I'm pretty sure he wanted he wanted Switzerland to win. I think.
Really?
Man, I don't know. I mean, he was like, wore his Mexico jersey. I was like, all right, man, all right, you're representing. But here we go. This was so we waited around afterwards because like let's let the traffic go down, and then this is what was happening 1 hour at least after the match.
Tom, this is nuts, dude. Watch this.
It's probably 5,000 people.
Go forward a little bit so you can see.
Look at this.
All the way up.
This was going on for I don't even know how long.
Pretty cool, guys.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Really fun. Cool adventure.
Glad I went. I got to experience that.
Nice.
Yeah, it was
glad
really
you
cool.
guys did too.
Yes, thank you for making us get tickets. Thank you for
You're welcome.
guilting us into getting tickets because you were right.
I know.
It was ridiculous.
It would have been. Is there one on the bottom there that we didn't run with?
Oh,
do you really want to talk about this?
I don't know. I just asked a question.
Yeah.
So on the way in on parking, as we were trying to figure out our directions, the bus cut totally.
This bus
was an asshole.
Forced Kevin onto the shoulder.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Like, wouldn't let him in. And I just thought it was really rude. Let me play this out. So after the game, we're walking back to the car, and Kevin goes, that's that freaking
That's
bus.
T32.
It was like a shuttle bus,
I remember
right?
the number. It was T32.
Uh-huh.
So Kevin gets this look in his eye. Like the Steely Dan concert look. Like, I'm going to get my revenge right here. And I pull out my phone, and here's what Kevin does. Absolutely nothing.
Cut me off.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I thought about it. And
What are we going to do?
the
Spit
bus
on it?
driver came out, by the way.
It was an old woman.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what? I'm thinking to myself, the last thing I need is to have Tom get some video of me that's gone viral that I'm down in Kansas City yelling at some like 65-year-old bus driver.
You think she must be
cutting
driving
me
a
off.
bus at midnight?
Yeah,
you know?
dude. Yeah,
I mean, I'd
So-
take the video and turn it into the Attorney Ethics Commission.
right.
Yeah, like, I don't know. You better check this guy out.
It wouldn't have been a good look, so we just proceeded past T32
Nice.
and gave her a break. But
Nice.
yeah, she did cut me off. All right, well, we made it back.
Well,
and
I'm glad
that's,
to see you guys made it. I'm
thank you.
glad you guys went. Good stuff.
Yeah, it was fun.
Nice.
All right, let's do some ads, and we've got part 2 about serial killers with Corinne. Straight.
Yeah, it's Corinne's last episode of the season. So let's get our ads read, and then we'll get into Corinne. And then I know she's going to follow up with part 2 of what she started last week. So we'll start off and say thank you first to Power in Indiana, Lake County, our studio sponsor. It's Lake County. Power in Indiana, Lake County is your source for the region's most trusted electricians. At Power in Indiana, Lake County, we set the standard for excellence in electrical work. As IBEW Local 697 electrical contractors, we ensure safety, reliability, and quality for Northwest Indiana corporations, businesses, and homes. But our mission goes beyond the job site. We are creating a brighter future for the region we proudly serve. Power in Indiana, Lake County, bringing excellence to the job, creating a brighter future for our community. Find the right electrical contractor at powerindiana.org.
Bug Guys Pest Control, Hammond, where the wind off Lake Michigan hits harder than a Bears goal line stand in December and traffic on the Borman feels like a full-blown blitz. The Bug Guys are your hometown pest defense, knocking out ants like they're clocking in for a long shift at the fire station, kicking roaches off your kitchen counter like they tried cutting through Calumet Avenue at 5 p.m., and sending spiders out of your basement faster than a plow truck on the first big snowfall. Because around here, if it crawls, buzzes, or bites, it's playing on the wrong field, and the Bug Guys bring that monster Midway energy straight to your home. Bear down, bugs out. The Bug Guys Pest Control, 219-810-7481.
Calumet Brewing, this bud's for you. For 150 years, Budweiser has been farmed, brewed, bottled, and enjoyed across America. Thanks to hardworking Americans and the highest quality American farmed ingredients, we're not just made in America, we're made of America. Budweiser is also the official beer of the Chicago Cubs and will be celebrating alongside their 150th anniversary this season. Go Cubs, go. Enjoy beers and cheers to 150 years responsibly.
The Prestmer Insurance Agency. For decades, the Ron J. Prestmer Insurance Agency has been located right on Indianapolis Boulevard, serving all your insurance needs. Prestmer Agency specializes in a wide range of insurance products and services, including auto, home, business, life, and much more. Pressmer Agency serves thousands of people and businesses throughout Chicagoland and the Midwest. Call Ron and Ronnie today at 219-844-0103. They're here to protect what matters most to you. Hablamos Español.
Byway Brewing is a family-friendly microbrewery with a spacious tap room and an outdoor patio, serving its award-winning craft beer, a chef-driven food menu, and craft cocktails on draft. Their brewing equipment and production facility offers a unique backdrop for events like bridal showers, reunions, or corporate parties. With their amazing food truck, they can cater to your corporate and private events off-site. Just off 8094 at the Kennedy Avenue South exit, let them show you that customer service is their top priority. Check out more at bywaybrewing.beer. Thanks to our sponsors.
Including our studio sponsor, Power in Indiana, Lake County.
Hey, Corinne, good morning.
Good morning.
You
It's
look great.
Tuesday.
Yes, ma'am. How's everything?
Hey, Corinne.
Hey, good to see y'all. So we're doing a part 2 to last week.
Yes.
Last week, we dove into a little bit about lead and the effect that lead in our bodies has had over on violent crime over time.
Okay.
We know about lead gas, lead paint. Those are kind of the big ones that were ever present. The other thing that we need to talk about is the presence of lead smelters, which any of us who grew up or live in or around the region should be very familiar with, because there was a massive one in East Chicago, Indiana.
Yeah, it made all the ground dirty, and they eventually built housing on there, and they had to demolish a school.
The school was near it. Yep.
Yep. And that story, just copy and paste that story and put it in Idaho, put it in Washington State, put it in Montana, Utah, Colorado, Missouri, all over the country. These lead smelters and the concentration of usually where they were located, because when we think back to the early 1900s, Industrial Revolution time in the United States, these factories, of course, any type of manufacturing facility was put in densely populated areas because that's where the workers were. People were able to walk to work. People living near, working in these facilities, and then never really leaving the proximity of those facilities when they went home. They lived a few blocks away. They were inundated with all sorts of chemicals, arsenic, mercury, lead, etc. The list.
Have you ever
goes on
seen
and on.
what's that what is it? What's that community called in East Chicago, Kevin? Right by the BP.
Oh, Calumet. Marktown.
Marktown.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen that, Corinne?
No.
Marktown literally it perfectly describes what you just mentioned. It was. It's literally like a block away from BP Amoco, a block away from the steel mills. I mean, and it still stands actually. And I don't understand how people could live there. It's very industrial, but it perfectly describes what you said.
Yes. And when we think about also historically what types of people were shuffled into housing located in these areas, they usually were not the white folks.
Right.
These were people of color. These were poor immigrants, newly coming to the United States.
Still that way in that neighborhood.
It is still that way. Yes, unfortunately, it is still that way. And we are seeing history repeat itself again, just using Memphis, Tennessee as an example. One of the AI facilities that is powering Elon Musk's Grok facility is in Memphis, Tennessee. It is running a whole bunch of machines that are dumping pollution into this neighborhood near Memphis. And the residents there are partnering with the NAACP to try to get some legal action taken. So we are seeing history repeat itself again, where somebody as powerful and wealthy as Elon Musk is able to plop one of these data centers near these neighborhoods. It's going to put out a ton of pollution, as well as noise pollution. It is running some type of carbon combustion system that is way above permitted levels. So history is repeating itself, and those people are tied up in litigation now as well. When we go back to really the 1980s, the violent crime in the United States peaked in about 1980, 1981. Violent crime was happening at a rate of about 10 per 100,000 people. Today, that rate is 4 per 100,000 people. So we in the United States right now are living in the safest time in our country's history.
I know, like in the 80s, I'm trying to, obviously I was about 11 years old then. But I know when crack first started hitting the cities, it seemed like that was a real violent time also. And that was probably late 80s, early 90s, right, Corinne?
That really, yeah, that was kind of going throughout the 80s. I mean, into even the late 70s, into the early 80s.
Gotcha.
And that really was a perfect storm because
Mm-hmm.
you had a high rate of violence, then you had drugs that were introduced, also in densely populated urban areas, specifically targeting people of color, populations of color. And so you kind of think back as I was reading this book, the book that I'm talking about is Murderland by Carolyn Fraser. And she really delves into specifically the Tacoma, Washington area and the lead smelter plant that was located there, and the number of prolific serial killers that came out of that area. So we're talking Gary Ridgway, the Green River Killer, Ted Bundy, Charles Manson, although we don't know if he ever killed anybody, but he was a crazy person. He spent time at a facility in Tacoma, Washington, several years there. So the effect that type of lead has. And so when we think about the way that crime has been talked about, specifically the lingering effects of stereotypes about certain cities. Somebody just made a comment to me the other day about Detroit. The comments about Chicago, don't go there. It is dangerous. It is dangerous. When we really start to peel back the layers, for one, the numbers today don't back up that stereotype anymore. It is not reflective of the current violence crime statistics. And I'm talking all violent crime, not just murder. We're talking arson, carjacking, assault, etc. Violent crime is down. And as I mentioned last week, this is repeated in every place around the world that has banned lead in their products. So violent crime drops a decade or a generation or so after these lead products are no longer so ever present in everyone's lives. One of the biggest issues that we ran into here in the United States is, John touched on this last week, the powerful lobbying efforts of certain companies that allowed not only lead gas, but lead paint to be, we still use that in our homes for decades after we knew it was dangerous for us. Lead smelters, the last lead smelter, I want to make sure I get my date right here, I believe was in Missouri. It finally went out of commission in 2013. Wow. So
what's the difference between a lead smelter and like a lead plant? Is it?
It's the same. So a lead plant, lead smelter, it's just converting that lead. It's melting it down. So it's doing the same thing. Yeah, melting it down so it can be used.
Because there's still lead plants around.
Are there?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think so.
Oh, there's like leaded airplane fuel.
We have Hammond lead. Well, what
yeah,
do they do
and they may be doing some kind of manufacturing that's different. So the smelting plant was really just like the ones that were emitting huge plumes.
Yes, I agree with you on that, by the way, because we used to have those in the region. And in fact, that was a huge problem. What you're mentioning is the smoke, the plumes that would come out.
Yeah.
It's heavy. It wasn't smoke like we think of it as smoke. There was particles in there that would rain down all over Whiting, basically. Because the prevailing winds from that plant were northeast, and it would rain lead all over Whiting, which sucks now because now we test for it and we realize that Whiting and that part of Hammond have lead exposure.
Yes. And we can trace back so many different, whether it's area specific within that city, generational, high rates of violent crime, incarceration, substance abuse, suicide. So we see the correlation between growing up near these facilities really through the last half of the 20th century and correlation with all of those crimes.
That's interesting because like obviously where we live, it's a heavy manufacturing and there was a lot of lead present. And it's interesting right now, Corinne, because I know that the EPA right now is really sensitive to lead and they're going through and testing yards and they're testing backyards. And if you're over a certain limit, they're literally like changing your yard out. They're like pulling all the old dirt out and putting in new dirt. And if there's a tree there, they pull that tree out and put in a new tree. They're literally doing that in parts of the region right now.
Which is good. And we hope that work continues. One of the things that I will mention and caution is that under the Trump administration, the EPA has changed their level of what they consider to be, toxic, lead toxicity. They have raised that level quite a bit to 4 times what it used to be. And as I was going through some of the press releases on the EPA website, I was really struck by the language that's being used, because all of the sudden their percentage of completion of projects went from 20% to 70-some%.
Gotcha.
And that's just because they
levels.
cut the number of projects by, they reduced their number of projects by 75%. So the amount of lead that the EPA is currently testing for is like 4 times higher than what Canada allows, what Mexico allows, what England allows. So because there is no safe level of lead, period. There is no safe level. We all have lead in our bodies. There's really nothing we can do about that. But when we talk about what's in the dirt, what's in the walls of our house, what's in the fact that EPA raised that standard, raised the amount that you can have, is really problematic. So
do you know what the level is? Because I remember for some reason,
I think it's up to 600 parts per billion
really?
now.
Okay, because we had a situation in Hammond in that area where I used APRA money because we didn't want to wait for the EPA. We used APRA money, and I want to say if they were over 100 parts per million, we automatically just did their yard as long as they let us. And you'd be really proud of me, Corinne. We spent like $5 million changing people's front and backyards because we didn't want them to be living in a toxic area. We didn't want to wait for the EPA to come in and do it because that could be decades. So we did it ourselves. Long time. Yeah,
no, which is great. And that's exactly what we know needs to be done. Is remediation needs to be done as soon as it is caught. And yeah, you let it go. It doesn't go away. It's not going to go away. Now, the one thing the Trump administration has done on the lead front that they have not totally dismantled is they are continuing the lead pipe replacement program under the EPA that was really pushed and funded under the Biden administration. So that's the water front, which really, when we look at lead.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, what?
I got my letter in the mail.
No, that's a huge, in a city like Hammond, Chicago, Detroit, Indianapolis.
All over. We have so many lead pipes.
Dude, it's like trillions of dollars worth of replacements that need to take place. Each house is like.
And it's going to take decades. It's going to take decades. And which is good. I'm glad that work is continuing. And along with that work continuing, the education also needs to continue. But I just double checked because I was wrong. I said billion. I meant million.
Parts per million, right? I think it's 200.
Used to be 200 parts per million used to be the remediation level. Under the Trump administration, it's now 600 parts per million.
We did 200. That's
we
what we
love
did.
lead, don't we?
Yeah.
Right? Lead is the best.
That's a little troubling. So there were, several people who were in the midst of remediation who lost their funding because they were at 300 parts per million and it was raised to 600.
So they just have an excavated yard. It's just all the soil's
sorry about that.
Soil's gone. The construction crews move out.
Yeah, we got rid of the lead.
So I wanted to draw a parallel to something that we're seeing right now. And I know I'm not going to pronounce it correctly, but, like a shit ton of people have explosive diarrhea right now.
Oh, yeah. That.
Dude,
because of
a shit ton of them.
Stay away from healthy food for a while.
Cyclospora. Am I saying that right?
I'm not sure. I think I got it though. I think that's when I was sick, but I wasn't exploding. By the way, for the record, I was sick and I eat a lot of lettuce. I eat salad like every day of my life.
Oh man,
I didn't realize that was.
That's why I'm only eating it out of my backyard right now.
Nice.
There's none of that parasite in your backyard for sure.
No, I don't think so. I hope not.
You look great right now.
Cyclospora. So
good job.
Cyclospora is the bacteria that people are getting infected with right now that is causing explosive diarrhea, profuse vomiting, and it's really dangerous because of how much it dehydrates you. The Trump administration, of course, slashed CDC funding, which dramatically reduced the regular testing that is being done for E. coli, yada, 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 Cyclospora. So we can see a direct correlation.
Did you yada, yada, yada,
yada, yada, yada, Cyclospora?
A shit ton of stuff. We can see a direct correlation between lack of government oversight and
explosive
people
diarrhea.
Getting explosive diarrhea.
If you got explosive diarrhea right now,
Yes.
So look to your president.
And I guarantee that if
Thank
you
you,
have
RFK.
explosive diarrhea because of Cyclospora, your taxes haven't gone down. So where the hell is your money going? It ain't going to the CDC to test for Cyclospora. So that's a real immediate consequence that we can see. We can see other immediate consequences like the Pentagon making their bold stand that you don't have to get the flu vaccine anymore, and hundreds of military members getting super sick with the flu, and a 25-year-old kid dying from influenza.
Wow. Yeah. And now they brought it back
Yeah.
quietly, very quietly. They brought back the requirement.
Yeah, just we're going to start giving the vaccine again.
Yeah, right.
So those are immediate consequences where we can see, look, our tax dollars, because certain regulation is frustrating, red tape is frustrating. Certain regulation is put in place because companies will always exploit people for their profit. Companies will always make a cost-benefit analysis. We see direct evidence of many of these lead smelting facilities back in the 50s and 60s on paper deciding, is it worth more for us to pay the fine or change our manufacturing processes? We'll just pay the fine.
Yeah. Look at the Ford, what was it? The Ford Pinto?
Yeah.
The
Yes.
exploding gas tank?
Yeah.
They were like, we'd rather pay the
Yes.
families that die, that
Right.
get burned alive,
I
than
used-
Yeah.
change our
My mom had a Ford Pinto, and we always rode around in the back in those days.
That's-
Always.
cheaper than changing our entire manufacturing
Right.
process.
Right.
So when we see the direct correlation between defunding CDC testing, not mandating a flu vaccine, reduction in measles vaccines, for example, those are real quick consequences. When we see something like reducing testing for lead, increasing the amount of mercury and arsenic that can go into our rivers, which is also happening under the Trump administration, increasing the level of lead that can be present before it's considered toxic, that's a consequence that takes decades to see. And those are the ones that are a little more difficult for people to track and kind of wrap their minds around. But when you kind of put this pinpoint on the timeline that we are at 4 violent crimes per 100,000 people, let's see where we are in 20 years, in 30 years. Because when we increase pollutants over time, this is not just a US phenomenon, when we increase pollutants, there is a direct correlation to substance abuse, violent crime, and self-harm that we should all be aware of.
Wow. Great report.
Thank you.
It's like 60 minutes.
This was.
I know. I love it. Appreciate you, Corinne.
Thank you. I appreciate you all. I like talking about this stuff. It's fascinating to me.
We're going to, I mean, this is the end of the season, and we appreciate you very much. You have a huge fan base in our audience, and we appreciate that. And it's always great to get a different perspective for us. So I just want to say thank you very much for hanging with us and looking forward to next season already. So
Can't wait. Can't wait. It's
thank
always
you,
a
Corinne.
pleasure. I look forward to Tuesdays every week.
thank you, Corinne. Straight Talk with Corinne, another great episode, and we'll see you after Labor Day.
Next
No, we're
season,
going to see
y'all.
you at the fan event also. And, of course, if you come to the Festival of Lakes, we got you covered. So I'll talk to
Awesome.
you off air. So if you're interested, let me know, okay?
That sounds great. Can't wait till next season, guys. Happy summer, y'all.
See you, Corinne. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Wow, that was a good one. I like it. So for the record, Kevin had to run out. He had a family situation come up. So Johnny and I are taking this one home by ourselves today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pressure's on.
I know. First pressure is I'm not doing all these ads by myself. So
I'll join you.
okay,
Yeah.
good. So let's start with Tortillas Nuevo Leon is the gold standard in Mexican cuisine across the Midwest. Look for Tortilla Nuevo Leon's popular red and white label at your local grocery store and enjoy quality Mexican products made with local expertise.
Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón. Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón.
All right, I'm going to give 219 Development and Bauer Construction their money's worth today. A longtime friend of the show and premier studio sponsor, also on the front page of the Times this morning.
We had a story about him.
This powerhouse duo represents 2 outstanding companies deeply invested in building and supporting our hometowns, 219 Development and Bauer Construction. 219 Development is focused on smart, responsible development across Northwest Indiana, and Bauer Construction is the boots-on-the-ground team that brings those visions to life. These aren't just builders, they're community partners. If you want to build something meaningful in the region or wherever your vision takes you, start with 219 Development and Bauer Construction. Call Jack today at 219-268-8255. 8484.
MCR Partners is your one-stop destination for top-notch expertise in economic development, finance, and planning. With the dedicated team geared up to tackle your projects head-on, they're your go-to comprehensive solution providers. Dive into the world of economic development with MCR Partners and let them guide you through the maze of opportunities. Stay in the loop and connected by hitting up their website at mcrpartnersllc.com. For tailored assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to Matt Reardon at 219-741-9511.
MCR Partner. Oh, you just did that.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm new to this thing.
I know you are.
Elevate your brand with Misprint, the premier printing and sign solution in Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. With a 40-year legacy of excellence, their experienced team, led by Rick Baltzenberger, combines innovation and technology to deliver top-quality signs and printing, always on time and within budget. Conveniently located in Munster and Hammond, Misprint is your partner for creating impactful visual solutions that leave a lasting impression. Visit them today at misprintusa.com.
The Branding Room Floor. Don't let your business get lost in the shuffle of generic branding and aimless marketing. The Branding Room Floor is Northwest Indiana's best full-time, full-service marketing agency, providing data-driven results to help your business grow in a crowded market. What the fuck are you laughing at? Like, Jesus, I'm doing a reader.
I just read chat.
Oh. From website development and digital advertising to graphic design and branding, the Branding Room Floor will set your business or organization on a clear path to strategic success. Don't wait another day to get started. Visit thebrandingroomfloor.com today.
Glanced over it. I glance over at chat. The first thing I see is Kevin had explosive diarrhea.
Yeah, Kevin did not have explosive diarrhea. It was a family emergency.
Holy cow, Joe! We're on the air. You can't put stuff like that. I'm gonna lose it.
Kevin had to. There was a situation at the house he had to attend to immediately. So we don't have that happen often.
No.
He showed me the text he got, and he had to take off. So hope everything's going well.
All right, one more ad. Cantrell and Cantrell, attorneys at law. Are you injured or in trouble with the law? Give Cantrell and Cantrell a call and schedule your consultation with someone who is in court and at the jail every day. Call.
You're barely making it, dude. This is why John doesn't do reads very often.
Call John Cantrell at 219-55.
554-4-LOVE. That's 219-554-4529. John's dying over here. So anyway, thanks to our sponsors, including our studio sponsor, Powering Indiana Lake County. By the way, I don't think this has ever happened before where you and I just took it home.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, he literally, right in the middle of that segment, Corinne came on and Kevin showed me text he was getting from home, and he's like, I got to go right now. So
yeah, I hope everything's okay.
Yeah, hope everything's okay. But
we got some news out of Merrillville, right?
Yeah.
An update out of Merrillville.
Yeah. I know we were going to mention Lindsey Graham died at 71. You know, it's very sad. Senator Lindsey Graham. You know, and I know there's some people making it out like it's suspicious because he just got back from Ukraine, insinuating maybe he got poisoned or something there. That's an interesting theory.
Yeah.
But he could have just had a heart attack, I guess. You know, I mean, we don't know. I mean, he is 71. That is the age where you could drop dead. I mean, it's not like it's unimaginable, but you know, hopefully that's not related to his visit to Ukraine. But it's very sad. Obviously, anytime somebody passes away, I know it was one of Donald Trump's leading senators, so
and a very controversial figure. You know,
yeah,
very controversial. But
I saw his sister's going to serve out the rest of his term, huh?
Yeah, I didn't know she was into politics or anything.
Yeah, they do that a lot though, where either the wife serves out the rest of the term or a relative. Because I mean, he wasn't running again, was he? Or was he?
I don't know.
He probably was.
It wouldn't surprise me if he would have. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Tom, there are people pointing out a timeline of Lindsey Graham goes to Ukraine. He visits a drone manufacturing facility.
Mm-hmm.
Hours later, Russia bombs and destroys that facility. Wow. And also hours later, Lindsey Graham is dead.
And then Iran took credit for it too, by the way.
Did they really?
Yeah, they did one of those Lego videos where it came out, and they were basically insinuating that they had something to do with Lindsey Graham's death.
Wow.
So
I just don't get why would you hide the fact that Lindsey Graham died in a bombed drone factory in Ukraine. It doesn't make any I don't really get that line of thinking.
Right.
You would come out and say that.
Right.
And then it would really turn up the heat on, can you imagine?
Wow.
Senator dies in Ukraine?
Oh, that would have been, yeah.
Anyway, crazy, man. Crazy.
John, this is a story we covered. I checked the LOCPod archives last night. We've covered the story a few times already. It's about, we covered it when the national government first came out and said, hey, we're looking at places across America to insert these ICE warehouses. And then one of the locations that was initially chosen, a number of locations across the country, but one of the locations chosen was right here in Northwest Indiana in the town of Merrillville. Merrillville is run by a town board, 5 members. They're all Democrats, by the way. It's a Democratic town. And we predicted chaos when that came out. I remember talking about it and we were like, this is not going to go well. Merrillville's not going to take this sitting down.
Right.
And
it's a melting pot, too.
Oh, man. Merrillville's super diverse.
Very diverse.
And there's no way in hell that they're going to sit back idly and watch an ICE detention center come into the region, okay? And they didn't. Merrillville in January, and the timeline's important here, okay? In January, the town of Merrillville passed a resolution that basically said, we don't want an ICE detention center here, okay? What a resolution, John?
Yeah.
Has no impact in law. It's not an ordinance. It's like an expression of the will of the council. Like everybody feels the way they do. We're all Americans, right? It's not illegal to feel the way you do. So all 5 of those town board members got together and they said, this is how we feel about the ICE detention center. We don't want it. Okay. Now they did that in January. And the timing's important because in March, the Indiana General Assembly, so 2 months later, the Indiana General Assembly passed a law in Indiana that required cooperation with customs, ICE and cooperation. So if you're running a jail like the Hammond jail, if you're running a city government, you are supposed to not interfere with ICE. Okay? That's important. You're supposed to cooperate, basically, but mostly not interfere. Now, Todd Rokita, Indiana's Attorney General, region guy, grew up in Munster, went to Munster High School, by the way. Todd Rokita is also very, very pro-ICE. And he is taking this opportunity with this newly passed law to go to the town of Merrillville and say, you need to rescind this resolution. Which
has no legal binding.
Right. It's the will of 5 people.
This is how we feel.
This is how we feel.
Yeah.
Right? This is like if I felt like we wanted to support Kamala Harris for president. That's how you feel. It doesn't mean it's illegal. It doesn't mean it's right or wrong. That's just how you feel, right? So the 5 town council members, this is how they feel. Now Todd Rokita is saying that thing you passed in January, bad news for you is in March we passed a law that made that illegal and we want you to rescind it. Okay. It's like, what the hell? First off, they passed that resolution, John, in January. The state law passed 2 months later.
Yeah.
So it's like ex post facto. You're going backwards. That's it's forbidden. And I realize this isn't criminal, but that's forbidden in the Constitution. You're not supposed to pass a law and say something you did previously was illegal. Okay. So it's called ex post facto.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay. Right. So first off, and second, so the Merrillville Town Council is now expected to consider rescinding its January resolution opposing the use of local warehouses as federal ICE detention facilities. That comes after the Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita warned the town that the resolution violates state law and gives officials until July 15th to withdraw it or face legal action and potential financial penalties. They passed a resolution in January. Then the Indiana General Assembly passed the ICE cooperation bill in March, after Merrillville had already passed their ICE resolution. The resolution is largely symbolic, simply expresses the town's opposition to converting warehouses into ICE detention centers. What do you think about this, John?
I don't get. There's also a piece in the timeline that's missing. Is in like June, a story came out that ICE has all but abandoned their warehouse strategy.
True story.
So
True story.
And then Rokita after that says, "I'm going to sue Merrillville." That's the timeline as I understand it.
Rokita argues that even symbolic actions by local governments that discourage or interfere with immigration enforcement are preempted by Indiana law. You're not allowed to feel that way. If you're a town council member, you're not allowed to have feelings about this. You're just supposed to blindly follow the rules. Todd would have been a good Nazi back in the day. He really would have. He would have, man. I mean, like, honestly, like, when you're told things and it doesn't jive with how you grew up or it doesn't jive with how you feel, some people are not going to do it because this isn't how I grew up. This isn't how I feel, Todd.
Yeah.
People are allowed to feel differently about a controversial issue like this.
Right. What's the are you able to speak on what would the financial penalty be to Merrillville?
$10,000, John.
That's it?
It's a freaking $10,000 to a city, like $10,000 to a household. That's a big penalty.
Sure.
$10,000 to a town like Merrillville.
Yeah.
They have millions of dollars they're operating with every year. Who cares?
And they're going to back off.
Who cares? By the way, these are all politicians we're talking about too, John.
Yeah.
5 elected officials that are Democrats. And I tell you, if there's one thing I think that Democrats want to see right now, they want to see fighters. If there's one thing I've learned is like they want to see Democrats elected to office that are going to push back, not just fucking fold over weekly. They're not looking for that, guys. The 5 members of the town council, they want Democrats with a stiff backbone to push back. And this is what Todd Rokita is forcing you guys to do is no big deal at all. First off, who cares? Okay, Todd wins in court, gets a $10,000. I don't think he would, by the way, because there's some First Amendment issues here as well. But even if you guys lost this case, it's going to be covered in the local media. It's going to be covered across the state of Indiana. The 5 town council members that are pushing back are going to be heroes, John.
Yeah.
They're going to be the heroes of the Democrats. And do you think the 5 of you are going to get reelected if you're pushing back? Absolutely. Because that's what the voters want to see. They want to see you pushing back against like authoritarian government like Todd Rokita is trying to do here, right? Instead of folding over weekly, Democrats want to see you push back. This is not right, John. You're allowed to feel the way you do. It's a First Amendment issue. If I pass a resolution in Hammond, it has no impact on enforcement at all. It's just the way we feel in Hammond.
Yeah.
I tell you what, if this was Hammond, John, I'd be fighting it all day long. I'd be a freaking hero because that's what Democratic voters want to see. They want to see heroes, not freaking wimps that are folding over Merrillville. They don't want to see you folding over.
Wow. Well, there's that. Maybe they'll change their mind now. Maybe they'll listen to LOCPod.
I hope they're listening to LOCPod, man, because this is not right. Even if they lose, they win. Even if they lose, they win.
Right.
Who cares? Todd gets $10,000. Write the check. The 5 of you will be heroes. Okay? And like John said, this is all moot anyway because the federal government's already said they're moving on from this warehousing plan.
Yeah.
So this is all just bullying by Attorney General Todd Rokita. And I think that Merrillville, by folding over, is doing a disgrace to their party, to their town, and to the region. That's just not what voters want to see, guys. I'm just being honest. So I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm just being honest. This is not what Democratic voters want to see. They want to see fighters.
Well, Festival of Lakes is coming up.
Yes, sir. Festival of Lakes is coming up. We start in 2 days. No, tomorrow. Holy cow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. July 15th. My Siri just kicked on. July 15th through 19th. Festival of Lake starts. That's tomorrow, where we start with the ultimate freestyle experience. Free parking Wednesday. It's never happened before in the history of the Festival of Lakes. May never happen again. So take advantage. If you want to just listen to music in the background and go to the carnival, this is a great night for it. Wednesday, July 15th, the ultimate freestyle experience with the following DJs. I think they're DJs, right?
Yeah.
TKA, George Lamond, Judy Torres, CNC Music Factory, Cord, Raquel, and David. That's all. These are all like different famous DJs, and they're going to be spinning records. People are going to be dancing and drinking and having a good time. No cover charge.
And free parking.
Free parking. It's just a place to party. It's going to be a good crowd, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow. And then the next day is the big day for us at the Festival of Lakes, where we're having Jelly Roll. It's a ticketed show. It's sold out in the gold section. The only tickets left at face value are in the silver section, which is in the grass. It's not like it's a bad seat, by the way. It's a good seat. It's just not real close. It's not as close to the stage. Jelly Roll is completely sold out. We've made a lot of money off this act. We're really looking forward to this show. I know a lot of people are super excited.
And silver tickets are not infinite. So people are still buying silver.
Oh,
There's
sell
a
out.
Limited number left.
This show will be totally sold out, John. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Parking rules go back into effect, which is $40 for the close parking, $20 for the remote parking. We will be patrolling neighborhoods hard. Parking tickets are a lot more expensive than the parking price. So don't try to get away with free parking. You will get caught. You will get ticketed or towed. So, but Jelly Roll. And then on Friday, The Offspring.
This is what I'm looking forward to.
Me too,
the most.
man. This is my band. Offspring, I've been waiting for these guys to play the Festival of the Lakes for a decade at least. Friday, July 17th, the Offspring plays Festival of the Lakes. They're headlining. It's going to be a great show. Usually the headliners get on right around 8:15, 8:30. So the Offspring, great. I forgot who's opening for them, but it's a great night of music. And then on Saturday, we have Rap Night. Moneybag Yo and Kevin Gates. I could tell already this is going to be packed this night. A lot of tickets have sold already for VIP experience. A lot of excitement in the air.
I've heard so many people talking about it.
Agree. Moneybag Yo and Kevin Gates. Super, super dynamic duo. We're looking forward to that. And then Sunday, Latin Night's always super, super packed. It's always pretty much our biggest night. And this is going to be a huge show. It's the second time they played Hammond, but they sold far more tickets this time. It's almost like they got more famous since the last time they played here. It's Banda El Recodo. Like I said, second time playing. It's a lot of excitement in the air. Looking forward to Latin Night at the Festival of the Lakes. Yep. And that's don't forget about our golf outing and our custom car show. And we got Polka Fest Sunday morning at the Hammond Marina.
And something huge that was just announced.
Yes.
FIFA World Cup watch party Sunday afternoon on the massive outdoor screen at the PAV.
Nice. So
Yes.
we're going to be able to watch the finals game if you want to go watch the game.
Yes, and there was a
spend
question.
a day at the fest.
There was a question in chat about this.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, for the Sunday watch party at the PAV, is it bring your own drinks and snacks, or will there be vendors open? Do you know any details about this?
I do not.
Okay, so I can chime in a little bit. I'm not sure about bring your own drinks and snacks. But
I doubt
all
it.
the food vendors will be open.
Yeah, I doubt you're going to be allowed to bring your own drinks.
But that starts gates open at 1 for that. The game starts at 2, and you're going to be seeing a lot more about that. It's going to be awesome. Yeah.
Cool. Looking forward to it.
And then the fest continues at 5 p.m. So you literally come out for the watch party, stay for Banda El Recodo. It's going to be awesome.
It's a whole day of music at the Festival of the Lakes. So we can watch the finals and do a whole day of music.
Yeah.
We did it, dude.
We did it.
We took it home.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Past 8:30.
I know.
All right.
And then I know we have a couple. Let's save those for the next show, okay? Because those are both
yeah.
good. That we can bounce it for the last show. And I have all my Navy buddies coming into town. This is actually going to be a big Navy reunion this week. I have 3 or 4 more people that usually don't ever come that are coming. So then I have all my Navy buddies in town. Looking forward to that. Maybe a couple of them will come on the show Friday.
Nice.
But that's going to be our last show of the season on Friday. Looking forward to a break.
Huge guest on Friday.
Yes,
that happening?
Greg Ballard.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
gosh,
okay.
I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. We have Greg Ballard, candidate for Indiana Secretary of State, independent candidate for Secretary of State, coming on our show on Friday. So thanks for reminding me, John.
Yep.
All right, we did it.
We did it.
Thanks.
Hope Kevin's okay.
I hope Kevin's okay too. I hope Jana, everything's going all right at their house. Obviously, thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
I'm sure everything's fine, but we just want to say, we're thinking about you guys. And thanks for listening to LOCPod, everybody. We'll be back on Friday with our full force. We'll have Jill and Kevin in the studio, plus others, and Greg Ballard. So it's going to be a good final show of the season. We love you all. Thank you, Jay Vez, for doing that. And, okay.
See you at Festival of Lakes.
Kevin
on
just
Wednesday.
texted me. He said everything's good. So
Oh, good.
Thanks, Kev. Appreciate
All right.
you, man. And see you guys at the Festival of Lakes starting on tomorrow for Freestyle Free Parking Wednesday. Take care, everybody. Season 18, episode 22 is in the books. We'll be back on Friday for the final episode of the season. Love you. Appreciate you. Take care, everybody. LOCPod's out.